Aloha friends, it's day 25 of my journey on the Kindness Games, and today I wanted to shout out the Women's Assembly at Echelon Front, and specifically Jamie Cochran and Jackie Hoffman. I had the chance to sit in on this month's Women's Assembly call, which was this morning. It was the perfect way to end June, end the second quarter of the year, and also to kick off day 25 out of 30 on my journey in the Kindness Games. I wanted to share a couple notes that I took while I was listening today, and because I know that they will encourage you like they did me. So I'm going to read them to you, and then I want to tell you why I'm so thankful for the Women's Assembly. Jackie Hoffman was sharing her story of how she started to learn about the principles of EO, or extreme ownership. And the title of today's talk was Extreme Ownership is Not for Me. And I loved hearing how when some of her colleagues read the title of today's talk, they were confused because she exudes these things now, but it wasn't always like that. And those are the kinds of stories that really impact me, and I think as a new business owner and as a woman in leadership, when I get to hear the real raw stories of women who have gone before me, it makes such a huge difference in the way that I can continue to move forward. So Jackie, first of all, thank you so much for sharing your story today with us. A couple things she said is that we own everything in our world, every problem, every solution, every relationship. And she talked about how Jamie would tell her over and over again, cover and move is the first law of combat for a reason. Oftentimes, the thing that's getting in our way is our own ego. So when we learn to cover and move, we have to work together as a team. She asked this question, or said that we can ask this question of ourselves, and I kind of was taken aback. I had to sit in it for a second, and I have a feeling you might too. She said, ask, how can I make this my fault? That's a question I've been trying to avoid my whole entire life, and my husband will be the first one to tell you that. But we're always coming back to the conversation of responsibility. And she said that when I take the responsibility, I can step up and do something to solve the problem. The sooner I can stop playing the blame game, the quicker a solution is going to come. She said that EO, extreme ownership, is simple. It is not easy. And I can say amen into that. It is hard. I am far from perfect at it. I am just scratching the surface of what it means to take extreme ownership, which is why I'm so thankful for the Women's Assembly. And Jamie, I'm so thankful for the space that you have created that gives us a chance to learn and see in action and hear through testimony how the principles of extreme ownership are applicable to us at home and in business, and as parents, as wives, as friends, as community members, as leaders. It is what it means to lead with kindness, because we have put our ego aside and we are trying to figure out how to move forward with the mission in mind when we know our purpose and we know the value that we can bring to the space. It's so powerful, and that's what I walk away with every time I get a chance to sit with you guys in the Women's Assembly, or listen later on, even if I have to watch the replay. I walked away from this morning conversations thinking it's incredible what happens when you're in the presence of women who have done the hard work of getting out of their own way. You can see it in their smiles. You can hear it in their stories. And you live it through their performance. You live it through the things that they are doing day after day that you see and you watch, because they've laid their ego down, and it's powerful, and it's not something that we talk about a lot, but it needs to be done. And it's really, really hard. So really just thank you for your example, Jamie, and thank thank you, Jackie, for sharing your story, and thank you for creating this space of the Women's Assembly, because I know that Echelon Front, you guys are shaping leaders that are gonna impact generation after generation. And thank you for making space. Until next time, aloha.